Hello viewers, this is Wolf here, welcome to Wolf's Haven and to another Monster Hunter unboxing. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Monster Hunter 20th Anniversary card pack here. So this is a set that just released earlier this week as of the recording of this video, and essentially what it is, it's a set of metallic card illustrations to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Monster Hunter here, of course. So this is essentially going to be a blind box opening video, as there are about 36 individual card illustrations, and each box is a set of 20. So that does mean that there's going to be potential of duplicates, and the possibility of not getting some of the cards that I would want, which is the reason why I picked up 3 boxes to begin with here. So to give you guys an idea of what to expect from these card illustrations, there's going to be about 19 card illustrations, which basically have to do with the different box arts for all of the games, starting from Monster Hunter 1 all the way up to Monster Hunter Wilds. And then on top of that, there's going to be about 17 individual monster cards that correspond to the individual flagship monsters from each game. So without any further ado, let's jump into this and see what these cards look like, because there's a lot of art here that I definitely did want to collect. Stuff from Monster Hunter 3U, of course Monster Hunter World as well. So, let's start with the first pack here. We'll just take a look at the box here. So of course we do have some art of Monster Hunter Wilds here, the box art of Wilds here looking pretty good. And on the side here, this is basically the Monster Hunter 20th anniversary art here. I did do a video on the art frames, which basically encapsulated all of this here. This side having the hunters, while this side has all of the monsters right there as well. So, pretty sizable box. So, let's open this up and then see what cards we end up getting. Alright, so as you can see, this is essentially what all of the card packs are going to look like. And I believe there also is a bonus here. I think they do give you like a wafer, like a little cookie that you can eat, I guess. Like a cocoa-flavored cookie or something. I guess we'll take a look at that later. But let's get on with the unboxing and then see what we have through here. I think this might actually be the wafer, because it kind of feels very cookie-like. Ah, yeah, okay, so this is the wafer. But there actually is something hidden in the back of it here. So you can see we have the little wafer there. Let's see what's behind it, actually. Okay, so you can see we have an illustration here from Monster Hunter Double X or Double Cross, which I believe this is the game that Valstrax was actually introduced. As you can see, Valstrax is the cover monster right there. So this one is looking really cool. I've always thought that the box art for Double Cross was pretty cool. There is something on the back here, which shows a bit of extra art here for Double Cross. So that's pretty cool. So let's jump on to the next one. Let's try to see if we can speed through these, since this is definitely going to be a lot of cards to look at. Oh, so, okay, so each individual one, there's actually wafers in each card. Okay. I thought there was only one per pack. So we have to just put those away. So the next card that we get here is Magnamalo. So I think what I'll do is, I think once I finish opening up the pack, I think I'll open these up here and just give you guys just a good picture of what these look like outside of their packaging. But you can see that there's a bit of a metallic-y finish here on Magnamalo here, and it does look pretty good. Alright, so for the next card here, we of course have the box art from Monster Hunter 1. I'm pretty sure this is Monster Hunter 1. I've never played the older Monster Hunter games. Basically, anything before 3U, I have not played, so I'm not very familiar with. So I'm assuming this is the box art from Monster Hunter 1, which definitely does look pretty old when compared to the newer art that we have. So the next card that we have here is Glavenus. So this one's looking pretty cool as well. Glavin is a very cool monster. Got to experience it for the first time in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. So the next card that we have here is Monster Hunter 2. So that looks like Kushala there. So I'm assuming that Monster Hunter 2 actually came from... I'm assuming that Monster Hunter 2 is actually where Kushala made its debut. And this is looking pretty cool here. Okay, so the next one we get here is Monster Hunter World, and yeah, this one is cool. This is definitely one of the illustrations I wanted to get. Always loved Monster Hunter World's cover art here with Nergigante. Looks so cool. And of course, yeah, I do like how there's a bit of a brown background there. But yeah, this is pretty cool here. Okay, this is cool. So the next one we get is Gore Magala. So, from what I understand, I think Gore Magala first appeared in Monster Hunter 4. Again, I've only played a tiny bit of Monster Hunter 4, didn't get far enough to really experience that game truly. So my first time was, of course, Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak. And, of course, now in Monster Hunter Wilds, but this is pretty cool here. I do really love how Gore Magala looks in this card illustration, especially with the glittering background here. This is pretty awesome. Alright, so the next illustration we get here is Monster Hunter G, which I'm assuming this is the one that came after Monster Hunter 1. It seems like I think that's Azure Rathalos right there as the cover monster. Some pretty cool stuff here. Alright, so the next one we're going to get is Monster Hunter Rise. So yeah, this one's pretty cool, of course, having Magnamalo in full focus there, featuring the Palamute and the Hunter there. So that one's pretty cool. Okay, next one we're going to get is... This is Azure Rathalos, actually. So just right here, we have Azure Rathalos looking pretty cool in this card format here. You almost don't even really notice his blues all that much. But yeah, pretty cool looking card. So on to the next one. So the next one we're going to be seeing is... we got Monster Hunter 4. So yeah, of course, we have Gore Magala here as the cover monster for 4. Pretty cool looking artwork. And I believe... Is that Hunter using an Insect Glaive? I think he is. I believe Monster Hunter 4 was the first time they introduced the Insect Glaive. So that's cool. Okay, so for the next one, we have Tigrex. Yeah, this is looking really cool. This almost kind of reminds me of like Monster Hunter World art. Just in terms of its high fidelity, it does look really good, this model of Tigrex here. Oh, this is kind of cool. So, I didn't notice this, but on the back of the Monster Hunter illustrations, they actually do have, I guess, like a description of the monster. I can't read this, unfortunately, so it would have been cool. It'd be cool to know what that actually means, or what that's actually saying. But that is cool that there's a little bit of a description or something on the back of these cards. Alright, so now for the next card, we're going to be looking at the series icon, Rathalos, right here. And this one's looking really cool. Very fiery. There's a lot of embers all over the place here, and it looks really good. Definitely goes well with that bronze glittering background there. It looks really cool. Alright, so the next pack we're going to be taking a look at is Monster Hunter Portable 2nd, I think? Portable 2G? Which I'm assuming this is the... Again, I'm not familiar with this, but I'm assuming this is the G-Rank expansion to Monster Hunter Portable 2nd, I think? And, of course, Nargacuga is the flagship here. I'm guessing Nargacuga was first introduced in the series in Portable 2, if I had to assume. But yeah, pretty cool looking box art here. I do love how they have Nargacuga's signature eye trails here when it's moving around. That's really cool. Okay, so the next one we're going to get is one that a lot of newer Monster Hunter fans are going to be very familiar with. So we have Monster Hunter Wilds art style, or essentially the cover art here, is what I meant to say. So this is looking really cool. So we have Arkfeld in the background here, and then of course we have some of the hunters from that game as well, which is really cool. Alright, so the next one is going to be Seregios. Yeah, so this is looking really cool. Very cool monster here as well. And then yeah, of course there's another like pose of him from the back there, looking really cool. Alright, so now for the next one, this is one of them I was anticipating. So we have Malzeno, looking really cool. I do love how that blends with the background there. That looks really cool. Malzeno, such a cool monster. I do love how in the back here we do have the Curiobats flying around with Malzeno in that signature pose. Looking very good here. Alright, so for the next one, we do have Monster Hunter Portable 2nd. So this one, I do remember seeing this cover art quite a bit. This one just looks so cool. I love the Arctic environment here, and we have Tigrex just absolutely brutalizing the environment here. I'm assuming that this is the game that Tigrex was introduced in, and this is honestly really cool. Okay, so I think we're on to the second to last one, and this one is Arkfeld. So of course we got our new flagship right here from Monster Hunter Wilds. Pretty cool stuff here. And then yeah, of course, we do have a bit of a description of Arkfeld on the background there. Really cool monster for sure. And this should be, yeah, this is the last one of the first box. So let's see what we get. Oh, nice. Okay, so for the last one of that box, we end up getting Nergigante, one of my favorite Elder Dragons from Monster Hunter World. And yeah, of course, he's looking pretty cool there on the back of the card. Alright, so here we have the first 20, the first pack completely unboxed here. And we can just take a look at all of these illustrations. I've kind of set them up according to each of their respective games here. So you can see we have Monster Hunter 1 with Rathalos, Monster Hunter G with Azure Rathalos here, Monster Hunter 2, we don't have Kushala yet. We have Monster Hunter Portable 2nd with Tigrex, Monster Hunter Portable 2, or Portable 2nd G. We have Monster Hunter 4 with Gormagala, Monster Hunter Double Cross, don't have Valstrax yet. We have Monster Hunter World with Nergigante, and I kind of put Glavenus here just because I'm not sure which game Glavenus came from, but we'll probably find that out in one of the later packs. So I just put it under Monster Hunter World for now. Monster Hunter Rise, we of course have Magnamalo and Malzeno. I'm still waiting to get the Sunbreak card. And then the final one that we got was Monster Hunter Wilds with Arkfeld here. So definitely a pretty cool collection right here. And again, this is the reason why I decided to get more than one pack, because there's still some cards that I really want to get. Of course, like Zinogre, Monster Hunter Iceborne, Velkhana, and stuff like that, which I didn't get to pick up. So we're definitely going to be unboxing the other two now and then see what we get and see if we can add to this collection here. But yeah, you can just see how nice these cards look with how we have this nice glittering, almost holographic effect to it. All the cards are metallic and very shiny, so the art styles, like the cover art and the monster models and stuff, do come through really nicely in these cards here. They do look really good. So this is definitely like a really cool pack of cards to collect and just display somewhere. They do look really nice. Now, we're on to box 2. Alright, so first pack. Okay, so for the first one of box 2, we ended up getting a duplicate. So of course this is again Monster Hunter 2. The cover art for Monster Hunter 2 there with Kushala. So for the next pack, we got another duplicate. So we got another one for Monster Hunter World here. We did get another duplicate here. So we got another Gore Magala. Oh, we're getting a lot of duplicates. Alright, so we got another one here for Monster Hunter G. We got another Monster Hunter Rise duplicate here. Got another duplicate of Azure Rathalos. So far the second box is not looking too good. I'm just getting a lot of duplicates from this one. I have not gotten one that I haven't received from the first box yet. Oh, okay, we finally got a new one. Okay. So this is a monster that I've been wanting to get. So we got Brachydios here. So this is really cool. Brachydios was a monster that I first ever fought in Monster Hunter 3U. It was a super cool fight back then, and I love the fact that they brought him back for Iceborne as well. They definitely did him justice in Iceborne, and it's just such a cool and unique design with this monster. Love the slime on the head and everything here. And it does look very good here with the card background, the metallic-y effect and whatnot. And then, of course, yeah, we have the full body model of Brachydios back here. So, this is the first new card that I got from box 2. Okay, now we got another new card here. So this one is Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. We got the expansion for Monster Hunter Rise here with Malzeno there in the background and all of the hunters. This is a really cool box art. I think this one looks much better than Monster Hunter Rise's. Such a cool looking background here. So I finally have this, so I can add this to my Malzeno card. So that's cool. Oh, nice. Okay, so we have Kushala here. So I can finally add this to the Monster Hunter 2 illustration. And Kushala is looking really cool here. In this metallic background. And then, of course, the description here. We do have a shot of Kushala flying with those massive metallic wings there. So that's pretty cool. So after a few duplicates, we do seem to be getting a couple new ones here, which I definitely do appreciate that. Oh, okay. This one speaks to me. This is one that I wanted to get. So we do have Monster Hunter 3. Or Tri, I guess, which was... I believe this is technically the Wii version of Monster Hunter 3. So of course we do have Lagiacrus there in the background. So, of course, I played 3U, which is the Wii U version of Monster Hunter 3, which basically came with everything. It came with 3 and whatever, like its G DLC and whatnot. So, this is definitely really cool. Okay, so we got another duplicate of Monster Hunter Wilds' cover art here. And then we have another duplicate of Seregios. Another duplicate of Nergigante. And then we have another duplicate of Arkfeld. So we have another duplicate here of Monster Hunter Portable 2nd. And we have another duplicate of Malzeno. Oh, I think this one's new? Oh, no, never mind. This is another duplicate. So this one's a duplicate of Monster Hunter Double Cross. Still such a cool looking background. And we ended up getting another duplicate of Magnamalo right here. So we ended up getting another duplicate of Glavenus right here. And on to the final one. This is the last one of box 2. And yeah, this is another duplicate. Another duplicate of Monster Hunter 1. So this is what the results are looking like after both box 1 and box 2. So if we just do like a close pan at each individual card here. So you can see we have some duplicates. We have a duplicate of Monster Hunter 1, and then just a single Rathalos. We have 2 Monster Hunter Gs with 2 Azure Rathaloses, 2 Monster Hunter 2s, and 1 Kushala, 2 Monster Hunter Portable Seconds with 1 Tigrex. We do have Monster Hunter Portable Second G, Monster Hunter Tri, Monster Hunter 4 with duplicates of Gormagala. And then we do have duplicates of Monster Hunter Double Cross. We have duplicates of Monster Hunter World, as well as Nergigante, 2 Nergigantes, 2 Glavenuses, and we got a Brachydios, which I'm putting underneath the umbrella of Monster Hunter World for now until I get his game. And then we have duplicates of Monster Hunter Rise, as well as Magnamalo duplicates. We have 1 Sunbreak. We have 2 duplicates of Malzeno, Seregios, which again is going to be underneath the umbrella of Sunbreak for now. We have Monster Hunter Wilds, 2 duplicates of that, and duplicates of Arkveld as well there. So we did get a couple new ones, not as many as I would have liked, but so far we're slowly making progress. We do have one more box to look through, and I'm really hoping I get the monsters that I do want from that one, because I am looking forward to getting Zinogre, of course. And then we have Nargacuga. I do want to get Iceborne as well, and Velkhana. So hopefully we end up getting those from Volume 3 and less duplicates. So, on to Box 3. So now we're on to the final box here. Here's hoping for some good luck to get the final cards that I'm missing from the set here. So, without any further ado, let's open this up and see this set to its conclusion. So, the last set of 20 here, let's dive into it. Ooh, okay. I think I'm seeing... Is this what I think it is? Oh no, I think this is another Tigrex. Yeah, okay. It's another Tigrex. So we got a Tigrex duplicate here. At first I thought it was Zinogre because of the colors. Oh, so we did get a new one here. So this is Monster Hunter 4G. So this is where Seregios came from then, since he is the flagship here. Alright, so that's cool. I guess we'll just take a look to the back of this as well. Not really too much changes, just kind of a brown background. Also, I do think there is a way to basically tell which type of card you're going to be getting. I think the pack that has like the hunters on them, I think is typically going to be like a box art, whereas there's these ones where it has the monsters on them. I think these packs will actually have the monster cards in them. I think that's actually how they separated them. So let's see if that's true with this one here. And it seems like that is the case. And we ended up getting another duplicate of Monster Hunter 4G right here. Looking pretty cool. So now we ended up getting another duplicate of Azure Rathalos. So we now have 3 of these. This looks like Monster Hunter World again. Yep. So we got another duplicate of Monster Hunter World. So I believe that also makes 3 of those. And this is another Arkveld. So we have another duplicate of Arkveld here, so that makes 3 Arkvelds. Ooh, okay, finally. So, in this pack, we got Iceborne right here. So this is one of the packs, or one of the cards that I've been looking forward to getting. This Iceborne one looks super cool. I've always been a huge fan of the artwork for Iceborne here. Just with Velkhana all the way at the top with its wings kind of like covering over the top like a canopy there. The hunter's kind of looking onward and the icy background. Such a cool looking art. Cover art. And it does look pretty cool in the brown there at the back. I think this is easily my favorite of the game cover arts here. So, I'm pretty happy to get that. Hopefully I can also get Velkhana and Zinogre to go along with that. Okay, so with the next one, we do have a duplicate of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak right here. So with the next one here, we do have... This is actually new. This is Monster Hunter Cross. So this must be the game where Glavenus actually came from here, since he is the flagship here. So that is pretty cool. So this looks like Magnamalo. So we got another duplicate of Magnamalo right here. Oh, here we go. I can already tell what this is. So, we finally get Velkhana. Let's go. This looks so cool. I've always been a huge fan of Velkhana's design. Like, honestly, I think it's one of the best designed dragons in the entire series. It looks so cool. I'm finally, I'm happy to finally have it in this card form here. So, like, on the back, of course, we have Velkhana here with its wings completely outstretched, and I think it has its ice armor on it completely enveloping its body. So this thing looks really cool. Really happy to finally have Velkhana to go along with the Iceborne card. So this is another... Oh, this is new, actually. So we got a copy of Monster Hunter Portable. So I'm guessing this is like the first portable game then. Oops. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. Okay, here we go. So we got Nargacuga. So Nargacuga's looking really good here in this. I love that mugshot. And then right on the back, we have Nargacuga in that signature pose there. Looking really cool. So yeah, pretty happy to finally have that. So now, really, like, the only thing that I'm missing is Zinogre. That's the one that I want, and we do have a couple more packs here. A couple more cards, so hopefully I get it within the next few. So we ended up getting a duplicate of Iceborne. Oh, okay. So we got Valstrax finally. So here we have Valstrax to go along with Double Cross. And this is looking pretty cool here. Then just on the back, we just have his wings completely shooting out that energy out of the back there, the thrusters. So this is looking really awesome here. Okay, what do we have here? So this is... Okay, so it's a duplicate of Monster Hunter Cross. So we have 4 more left. I'm really crossing my fingers for Zinogre. I don't think this one's going to be a monster card. Or it is, actually. So this is a copy of Seregios. And then here, this is... Oh, I think this is the game Brachydios came from? Yeah, Monster Hunter 3G. So that... This cover art looks really cool, actually. I've never seen this one before, but this looks awesome. Okay, we're on to the penultimate one. So, hopefully we get Zinogre. Ah, okay, it's another duplicate of Monster Hunter 1. Okay, one more. This is literally the last card here. And I still do not have Zinogre, so I'm really hoping this last one will be the one that I want. So, let's go. Aw, man. Okay, well, it's still a cool monster. We got Lagiacrus. Yes, we got Lagiacrus here, which is really cool. So this is a monster I first got to experience in, of course, Monster Hunter 3U, and it was just awesome how this was the first Leviathan-type monster that I ever fought in the series, and Lagiacrus is just so unique because it's an amphibious creature. Monster Hunter 3 had water. You can go underwater and fight monsters while swimming and stuff like that, which was very cool. It was cool to chase this thing underwater, then have it appear on land, and then have to fight it up there. And its subspecies, its variants, like Abyssal Lagiacrus, Ivory Lagiacrus, all those fights were so cool. And we're going to be getting Lagiacrus again in Monster Hunter Wilds, so I'm looking forward to that, although, unfortunately, since Wilds doesn't have water, I'm very curious to see how they're going to do it, but I feel like it's just not going to live up to the highs that this one had in 3 with the amphibious dynamics to this fight. But yeah, that was the last card, so unfortunately I didn't get Zinogre, which sucks. Like, out of 60 cards, I wasn't able to get Zinogre, but let's put them all together and then see what the results are like. So here is the result after all 3 of the boxes here. So this is all the cards, and we'll just scan through them from left to right, from the beginning of the series to the current day. So just over here, starting with the first one, we of course have 3 copies of Monster Hunter 1. We have 1 copy of Rathalos here. We have 2 copies of Monster Hunter G, and 3 copies of Azure Rathalos. We have 1 copy of Monster Hunter Portable, and then we have 2 copies of Monster Hunter 2, 1 copy of Kushala. Then we have 2 copies of Monster Hunter Portable 2, and 2 copies of Tigrex. We have 1 copy of Monster Hunter Portable 2G, with 1 copy of Nargacuga, 1 copy of Monster Hunter Tri, with 1 copy of Lagiacrus, and then a copy of Monster Hunter 3G, with 1 copy of Brachydios, 1 copy of Monster Hunter 4, with 2 copies of Gormagala. We got 2 copies of Monster Hunter 4G, with 3 copies of Seregios. We have 2 copies of Monster Hunter Cross, with 2 copies of Gladness. We have 2 copies of Monster Hunter Double Cross, with 1 copy of Valstrax. We have 3 copies of Monster Hunter World, 2 copies of Nergigante, 2 copies of Monster Hunter World Iceborne, 1 copy of Velkhana, 2 copies of Monster Hunter Rise, and 3 copies of Magnamalo. We have 2 copies of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and 2 copies of Malzeno, and finally, we have 2 copies of Monster Hunter Wilds, and 3 copies of Arkveld. So yeah, that's pretty much everything here. I got a lot of really cool cards here. Of course, I'm a little bit disappointed that I wasn't able to get Zinogre. I also didn't get Zinogre's game either, which I think is Portable 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's the first time he showed up in the series. But yeah, it is a shame. After 60 cards, 60 individual cards, I wasn't able to pull a single Zinogre. That's some really bad luck there. But, yeah, because like Zinogre is of course my favorite monster in the series, so it's kind of a shame to not get him. But at the very least, I did get some of the other cards that I did want to get. Like, I did really want to get Velkhana along with Iceborne, you know, World with Nergigante, and I also wanted to get Nargacuga, as well as Lagiacrus, Brachydios, and Kushala, of course, and then of course Arkveld, Wilds, and all that other stuff, all that other good stuff here. But yeah, definitely some cool artwork here, of course, showcasing the different cover art from each individual game. I mentioned that Monster Hunter 3G looks really cool with Brachydios there. When you look at the ones from the very beginning, definitely some very simple art aesthetic, especially at Monster Hunter 1. with just Rathalos there and Azure Rathalos. Very simple aesthetic. Even Monster Hunter Portable is very simple looking. But I feel like the cover art definitely progressed and got quite a bit better, starting with 3G. Nargacuga's is pretty cool there with 2G as well. But like you look at certain things like Double Cross. Double Cross I think is probably one of the best looking box arts in the series. And then I still think that Iceborne is definitely the best out of the entire series here. And then, yeah. And you can just see how shiny a lot of these cards look here. They did put a lot of work into this, especially like how they put a bit of descriptions of the monsters on the back of their cards with some additional art as well here. And I think that this is just a cool way of celebrating the 20th anniversary of Monster Hunter here. So I would love to buy another pack of this, but I think it actually sold out very quickly, all of these. And I think you could only have a max of 3 boxes ordered to your place. So unfortunately, I think that Zinogre is going to elude me for forever, I guess. That is unfortunate, but again, this was a very solid pack, and I did get a lot of stuff that I liked here. So that is pretty much going to conclude this entire video, this blind box opening of the Monster Hunter 20th Anniversary card packs here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys found it informative. There's definitely going to be a lot more Monster Hunter content coming in the future, so I hope you guys stay tuned for all of that. But until then, I hope you guys have a good day or good night, depending on where you are, and I will see you all later.